This is a note of caution as the following explanation contains spoilers that build up to the hijacking of Pan Am 73 in Karachi and how Nirja Bhanot saves the lives of hundreds of passengers. The atmosphere is chaotic as we see a group of 4 men accommodating weapons in Karachi. Meanwhile, Nirja Bhanot, a 22-year-old girl, is late for a family event. With her everlasting smile and carefree personality, she carries a charm around her, making everyone laugh and smile. However, her mother, Rama Bhanot, is concerned about her job as a flight attendant and recommends that she return to her former modeling career. Ignoring her mother, Nirja is adamant about keeping her job. Nirja is getting ready for her next flight. Simultaneously, the 4 men are shown preparing and checking their weapons for the potential hijacking of Pan Am Flight 73. Later, Nirja is driven by Jaideep, her love interest, who gives her an early birthday present. On her first flight as the head purser, Nirja dwells on her brief, unpleasant arranged marriage to Naresh. Naresh, a professional in Doha, Qatar, beat her because of her meager dowry and unwillingness to complete home chores. He implied that she should bring something, particularly money, or not return. She ended her marriage with him and secured a highly competitive position with Pan Am Airways. As she boards Pan Am 73 on 5 September 1986, it is revealed that the 4 men are of the Abu Nidal organization. Abu Nidal organization is a Libyan-sponsored Palestinian terrorist cell that intends to hijack a plane in Karachi. The plane takes off from Mumbai's Chhatrapati Shivaji Maharaj International Airport and lands at Karachi's Jinnah International Airport. Here the 4 Abu Nidal terrorists masquerading as security officials accompanying a Libyan ambassador seize it. Without the terrorists knowing, Nirja immediately warns the 3 American pilots. The 3 American pilots barely managed to leave through the overhead hatch, racing to the terminal under fire from the hijackers. Because the hijackers were unaware that the cockpit of a Boeing 747 was located upstairs, the American pilots had fled. The news of the hijack of the flight, Pan Am 73, spreads instantly. Nirja's parents are in a state of panic. Meanwhile, the Pakistani negotiators are trying to solve the crisis. When a Kenyan-born Indian-American passenger reveals himself to be an American, one of the terrorists shoots him. His body is dumped in front of the Pakistani negotiators. Naturally, this causes an upheaval among the rest of the flight members. Being violent and animalistic, the terrorists hit a few crew members with guns. A few moments later, the terrorists order Nirja to announce over the intercom, searching for a radio engineer among the passengers. When Imran Ali, a Pakistani radio engineer, begins to stand, Nirja asks him to sit down and remain unsuspicious. Not stopping here, the terrorists make the flight attendants collect all passports to identify American passengers and keep them hostage. Nirja and her colleagues gather the passports, tossing any American passports down garbage chutes or burying them under seats. Dejected after failing to find American passports, the hijackers kidnap a British passenger. Simultaneously, Nirja's mother anxiously prays for Nirja's survival. Inadvertently, the Pakistani negotiators expose the identity of radio engineer Imran Ali, whom the hijackers bring to the cockpit to use the radio for discussions. The Pakistani authorities are attempting to buy time and planning to negotiate with the Abu Nidal terrorists. When a younger terrorist attacks and molests the flight attendants, the terrorist commander chastises him. Humiliated, the younger terrorist bursts into the cockpit and kills Imran Ali while yelling obscene threats over the radio. While negotiations with Pakistani air controllers continue, they gradually lose control of the situation. As a result, the hijackers become angrier by the minute. Nirja is seen reminiscing moments with her family, encouraging her to be brave. She opens her early birthday present from Jaideep, a letter and a cookie asking Nirja to marry him. Nirja reads the letter and eats that cookie, which symbolizes her acceptance of his love. But Jaideep never gets to know that she has accepted his love. After an excruciating 17 hours, the plane loses auxiliary power, and the interior lights go out. Despite Nirja and the other crew members' efforts to explain, the terrorists believe the Pakistanis intentionally cut the power. They anticipate a Pakistani raid on the plane. The panicked hijackers begin indiscriminately firing down people. At significant risk to her own life, Nirja opens the emergency exit door and deploys the chute, leading passengers out of the plane. The hijackers are now throwing grenade bombs toward the passengers and fighting among themselves. The attempt to hijack Pan Am 73 had failed. Nirja, who let the passengers leave first, checks the plane for other injured passengers. While guiding 3 children towards the emergency exit, she gets shot 3 times by a terrorist. It was an attempt to cover 3 little children from the gunshots. Instead, the children flee the plane. The crew members continue shouting for Nirja and asking her to leave the plane. However, the brave flight attendant ensures all the passengers are safe and down the emergency exit. Barely managing, Nirja drags herself out of the doorway and down the emergency slide before succumbing to her injuries. Nirja Banot died on her 23rd birthday and managed to save the lives of 359 passengers out of 379 passengers on Pan Am 73. Nirja is seen saying something to a little boy. The boy transfers the message to her mother, asking her not to cry and lightening the mood. Even during her last moments, she manages to make everyone smile, especially her mother. The movie concludes with a tribute to Nirja, who was posthumously awarded the Ashoka Chakra. Ashoka Chakra, India's highest military honor, is for peacetime valor, bold action, or self-sacrifice. She was later honored with gallantry medals from Pakistan, the United States, and other countries.